From the socks.
We got Chaz in the house. He just can't stop giggling. What's so funny?
What's up, guys? No, I was just like it panned back to us, and I just see you like looking around. I don't know what's going on. It made me laugh.
Got a lot of stuff going on here, man.
I know. You're a businessman.
Thanks. I don't know about that, but anyways, happy Thanksgiving to you. I did see you for a brief second.
Yeah,
your
I
brand
did.
new hat.
Got my hat. I know. It's awesome.
Look at that, dude. It looks fresh as hell.
I know it does.
Give me a 30-second update on your fantasy teams. You still kicking?
Yeah, I mean, I got two. One of them is not kicking, unfortunately. The base just fell apart. The other one's great, though. I locked up the number one seed. The number one seed's a fall.
What about your dynasty? What about your dynasty league?
Well, that is a dynasty, and then I'm in both dynasties. I'm in both of the ones that I'm like for sure in are dynasties. I have a core of like Jane Daniels, BTJ, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, and Brock Purdy, and that's just with how much time everyone has missed, it's just been brutal for me. So.
All right. Well, we got Mark in here. We have Blake in here. We have the Chaz in here. Maybe some others. Also, I didn't play your clip. It's the Chaz, right?
Oh.
Chaz.
Yep.
Here it is.
Is it the Chad?
It might be the Chad.
It's the Chad. It's the Chad.
Oh boy.
I'm back. Oh, Chaz was left by his own for a second. Holy shit.
Oh
Can't do
no.
that.
Dude, Blake, I don't know what's going on with Kentucky, man. It's just I don't know if you were watching it the other night, but it's just so bad. So bad. It's giving me chills. Even talking about it right now. I do miss Cal. They hated on Cal for getting all the freshmen. I don't mind. I don't mind getting the top recruits. I don't mind. They play much better than the guys.
I had an issue with my mic.
Yeah,
Is that too loud?
Your mic was. No, you're good. Now you're good.
It was quiet before. All right, so I got a panic meter segment I want to do with you, Chaz. So we're going into the fantasy playoffs. This is crazy. That's week 14, man. Yep. It's flown by. So first name, I'm gonna pair all three of these guys together because they're all apparently in timeshares. And I want to hear your take on these three players. We'll get to everyone's comment here in a little bit. Keep on plugging them in there, and we'll get to you. Rico Dowdle now is in a timeshare at Chuba. RJ Harvey's in a three-way timeshare. And then Travion Henderson is not really the starter anymore. I mean, it's a 50-50. So who are you most worried about out of those three? Is it Rico?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Rico only because I think people have been expecting, more than what they've been getting as of recently, or like before, when before Chuba came back, he was putting up amazing numbers, and then people thought when he come back, he'd still kind of take over the role. Now it's not really there. The other guys, Oh man, but Travion, like, okay, RJ, we kind of know what RJ is. Like, he's touchdown dependent. If he doesn't score a touchdown, he's not putting up more than 10 points. It's just kind of how RJ is. Um, but then Travion too, with Stevenson coming out. Honestly, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna switch my answer to Hendy because man, like just being able to see it and then still for them to go back to the older back and then go back to a timeshare just doesn't really sit right with me, or it doesn't sit right with any fantasy owner of Henderson. Even though I don't own him, I would just be sick to my stomach knowing that, knowing the type of player that he is, but knowing that it's getting cock blocked basically by coaching staff, play calling.
Who would you rather have? RJ Harvey or Henderson in full PPR rest of the year, rest of the season?
Oh, definitely Henderson. Definitely Henderson.
Okay,
RJ Harvey is just like he just gets
he's bad, bro. He's bad.
Maybe 50% of the snaps, and it's like, I mean, if you look at the game logs, it's really only touchdown dependent. I mean,
he's literally bad. I was looking at his numbers since the Dobbins injury. He ranks 32nd out of 32nd qualified running backs with at least 50 carries in efficiency and yards after contact. So like he's not breaking tackles, and he's also like he's getting the least he can get out of every carry because they have a decent running game. And like, all the people, specifically the counselor, that just younger is better. Like I know J.K. Dobbins is kind of a laughing stock in the community because he's had 2 ACLs and an Achilles. And he's old and he's never really done much. Yeah. He is such a better running back than RJ Harvey right now at this stage of his career. It's not even funny. But like, I know we always think the guy has more juice. Like Harvey has more juice, but like there is more to the running back position than just being able to be fast. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like vision matters, breaking tackles matter, and RJ Harvey just it was just, I think
it's just
we got over our skis because where he got drafted. Like he should not have been a second round pick in the NFL draft. He should have been a 4th round pick. He went to UCF. Like he had a badass year with like 24 touchdowns. That's in college in a crummy conference. Like, you know what I mean? Like look at Ashton Genty, dude. He doesn't look. I know his numbers aren't great, but like he doesn't look all that great. You know what I mean? Like how I get he's a bowling ball, but like he does not look like Bijan Robinson. Yeah, but he's not an elite player at this stage.
Well, yeah, no, he's not at the Bijan level. Bijan's on a whole different tier than I think any other guy except for Gibbs. It's just Bijan and Gibbs at the top. That's pretty much it.
Dude, he just, I don't know. He just doesn't look fast to me. Genty does not look fast to me right now. And that is an issue.
Yeah, I mean, that's also not his like primarily. It's not his like his game style. His game style is just running you over. But then again, in college we saw him breaking off, long touchdown after long touchdown. So obviously we haven't seen that much yet this year. I mean, we saw it against the Bears, but that was 10 weeks ago. So that organization is just a crapshoot. They need a whole new offensive line, whole new just everyone in the building needs to get replaced there.
It's rough there. Okay, next name, Justin Jefferson. You haven't been on the show since the real decline. Like it's been bad. No, 3 weeks ago we talked about it. 4 weeks ago. This is 2 catches, 4 yards. Now, JJ McCarthy, our boy JJ McCarthy is back. Possibly, we think. Is that gonna move the needle for you?
I don't know, Peter. We already have Sam Darnold. Do you really want to go for the quarterback box?
Yeah, but it could be anything. It could even be Sam Darnold.
It was J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, it was J.J. McCarthy.
Did we see enough out of Max Brosmer to say he's trash? You know what I mean? Like, did we see enough out of him?
Like, and again, we can also say the same thing about JJ. It's just that JJ has first round draft pick capital. That's pretty much the only reason why I think he's still a starter. So, I mean, JJ is really just the laughing stock of the league, which is like pretty hilarious seeing that happen to him. I don't want that happening to the guy, but it's just like, usually we're the laughing stock of the quarterbacks in the league, and then to see kind of shift off that and go towards, okay, if you're bad, they're just going to say that you're JJ McCarthy. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of not nice.
So are you at like a full 10 panic on him? Like, is there no redeeming qualities? Like, are you starting him? Would you start him? I'm starting him still. I'm going to start him every game. I don't give a shit.
He's a flex play. He's a flex play. You can't be slotting him up there for, wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 numbers anymore. It's just try to see if you can get flex numbers out of them. And then for you where you drafted him, I mean, first round draft pick going to a flex, basically, just trying to get somewhere in the top 24 wide receiver wise is, yeah, the panic meter is 10. It's been 10. You can't, like, there's no reason even to sell low or anything like that. Obviously, a bunch of things have passed, but I mean, dynasties that I'm still in, I can still do some trades. So, things like that, maybe buying for the future, I guess. But
Do you think
other
he's
than
on this
that,
team next year?
It's a sunk cost.
Like, do you think the trade rumors are real, or?
I could easily see him being on another team next year. I mean, when you think about it, like, he probably wants to win, right? And if he looks at this current roster, looks at this current QB situation, he's not going to win, or at least even try to win for the next 2 years, right? And then by that time, he'll be 28, 29. I think he wants out, and he's going to try and win somewhere. It's going to be just like a
But I
Stephon
mean,
Diggs type thing, I think. Well, Stephon Diggs is waiting.
He's already pouting. He's already pouting, and he's already being kind of a little. I'm not gonna call him a bitch, but essentially a bitch. But I mean, I'd be pouting too because, like,
he has
I'm
the
just
right
saying.
to, though.
Can you imagine this, dude? Imagine putting AJ Brown in this situation. Like, AJ Brown is getting fed, at least target wise. He's getting the targets, and his numbers are better than Justin Jefferson's, and they're winning, and they just won a Super Bowl. Justin Jefferson's just coming off a two catch 4-yard game. Their season's over. They made a bad decision at quarterback. They let go of a guy he had great chemistry with, and they could have signed for pretty cheap. And to go with this rookie, essentially a rookie, like, there's no hope in sight. And their team is crumbling. Their defense doesn't look great anymore. Their O-line is trash. And what are they going to do? So just rough, man, because he was quarterback proof. He was one of those guys that was quarterback proof. And there's a point where there's no proof. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
There's such a bad quarterback play that doesn't matter. Like, you can't be quarterback proof when you have no one that can even, like, throw a ball downfield because he's either, like, not reading defenses, getting sacked. Just rough. Okay, Roma Dunze. This is an interesting one because we're Bears fans. But what do you think? See how bad it's gotten for him. What do you think Roma Dunze's receiving yard number is at this week on DraftKings? It just dropped against the Packers.
It's got to be low. I'm going to guess like 45.
38.5. You believe that, dude?
Wow. If I had him, I would even question the start. Like, I mean, with that number, you're in slate for maybe 7 points. Like, Vegas is projecting you to get 6 to 7 points. That's terrible.
Yeah, I bet the over just because that number is so low, dude.
Yeah, it's so low. You have to
unreal.
bet the over, but I've been at a point where I have DJ Moore on both my teams where I just can't start Bears pass catchers. That's just kind of how it is right now. It's been like that for the last couple weeks. Okay, good. I didn't know if you're lagging or something like that, but I mean, yeah, with the run game and how it's been, I mean, we're literally rushing for 250 yards.
No, we're good. We're good. Sorry.
So the run game is there, so it's like, we don't have to lean on wide receivers. We don't have.
But that's not going to happen against the Packers. Like, the Packers are tough to run the ball against.
Well, I mean,
Packers are really tough to run the ball
against.
That's like the thing about them doing this week.
Just smash around with football. I think we're going to try and do it. Now, do I think he's going to try and get to Caleb to throw more deep balls than he has been next week? Yes. I mean, he needs it. I haven't seen Caleb just let it rip. Like, I'm talking like max distance wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't seen that from him at all this year.
No,
So,
I haven't seen a deep ball
that
from him since like week 3. It's been a long
and
time.
like,
last
I don't
name.
even want to count the Cole Kmet one, a deep ball. Like, that's just
no, that was a broken
crosser.
play.
It's like it was broken play crosser. Yeah.
It would it surprise you though with Ben Johnson just being he is a good coach. He's a good offensive mind. Coming out and having a really pass heavy game script here, a game plan. Just because like everyone's just saying the Bears are just the run first team and all this running stuff, and it's hard to run against the Packers and just come out and first drive 7 out of 8 passes, something like that.
I would love it. I mean, if we can go first drive, 7 or 8 passes, go down, get at least 3 points. I think points are going to be crucial in this game. Yeah, I think Ben. I think once Ben can fully unlock Caleb and get him where he wants to be as a passer, which I think both Caleb and Ben know that he can be way better. So I think once we get there, it's going to be really exciting for our pass catchers. It's just not right now. I feel like right now we're more in like the Eagles type of territory where we just have a great offensive line that's just, helping us win. So we don't need our receivers.
All right, last name, Lamar Jackson. This is it's a tough one. So he is not running, not throwing, no touchdowns, just looking terrible, fumbling, throwing picks, overthrowing guys. Like he is not. That's all he's doing right now. Nothing good. And his receivers are making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Dropping passes, fumbling at the goal line. What do you make of the Lamar? I mean, I'm still starting him. I don't actually have him. I'm trying to think. I don't have any shares of him. But if I did, I'd still be starting
I don't have any shares either. But I would still be starting him. It's Lamar Jackson. It felt like in that Bengals game, he was just so like panicked. Like he was so panicked just to get the ball down the field when there were just countless times. I'm watching Mark Andrews literally put his hands above his head and go, I am here wide open in the check down. And you see Lamar just yoink it like 30 yards over some dude's head. And you're like, all right, dude, like, what are we doing here? I think in this like kind of, extended week or like a little mini bye, because they play on Thursday. So I think they get it right here. I think Lamar needed to get more healthy, and they have to make a push. So he has to play well, and if he doesn't, then they're not making the playoffs. So one of those two things is gonna happen.
And the Steelers are just absolutely like they're in a way worse spot. Like we're worried about the Ravens right now. The Steelers, like Aaron Rodgers is hurt. He was bad before he was hurt. He's got one arm right now. Their receiver core, like I was talking with Ray yesterday, just about how the Steelers had the perfect opportunity at the trade deadline to trade for Rashid Shaheed, a player like Rashid Shaheed, or just Rashid Shaheed, who's available for a 4th round pick, a 3rd and 4th round pick. That would have been perfect for them because they're running out there all these tight ends, Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, and DK Metcalf's just not a number one. I love the guy forever. He is not a nuanced route runner. He's explosive. Congratulations, but like he can be shut out. He could be taken out of games very easily with some shell coverage. And if he's not hitting the home run and the slant ball, which he's done only twice this year, I was expecting like 5 of those this year. You know what I mean? Just a little slant where he takes it to the house.
Yep.
Just not happening. And they have their offense is so neutered, man. It's so bad. And like, look at their running backs, dude. Like Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell. They're playing okay, but does that scare anybody? Those guys blow. Like that's literally just replacement level running backs.
Yep. It's guys that can just get replaced by free agency once you. It's the whole organization and what they're doing in the offseason. First of all, okay, I know Justin Fields doesn't look bad, but as it started for them last year, he went 4-2, and he fit that Arthur. What was it, Arthur? I always forget his name. Is it
Arthur Smith? Bum.
Arthur Smith, yeah.
Arthur Bum, but Arthur Smith, yeah.
But Justin Fields, he fit his scheme, and I don't know why they got rid of him to go get an old quarterback, and then it's also trading CD or George Pickens and not CD. It's just
it's easy to confuse them now because they're doing the same thing.
Oh yeah, they are doing the same thing. So it's great for me though, great for me. But bad for
love George Pickens.
Other people. Yeah, GP Drake London. Hey, is Drake London come back this week? Do we know for sure? Do you have any inside scoops?
Like
or
50-50, man.
I hope so.
He was limited. I think he came back to a limited practice, but they're not really announcing like if he's playing or not, which I'm guessing he's not playing this week because their season's over. But on the plus side, Raheem Morris is coaching for his job, and they don't have their 1st round pick. So like tanking is not really that beneficial for them. Actually, it's worse because if they just tank and yes, you get a higher 2nd, 3rd, 4th round pick, all that shit, you're also giving the Rams possibly the 4th overall pick, which makes that trade astronomically bad because that was what was the trade? They traded up to get the 26th pick.
Yeah, the 26th.
The 26th pick. So essentially, what they did was traded the 26th pick for like that last year for like a top 10 pick this year. It's going to be a top 10 pick.
It's going to be top 10, and they're going to have to try and win games. It's just, I was hoping London could come back this week so we can get 2 weeks of London and Kirk and just kind of get that thing moving. Because then week 16 and 17, that's when I need Drake London in my league. So I'm just hoping they're on the same page. It seems like Kirk is all right, but yeah, they're not going to be playing for sure to tank because they obviously don't have their 1st round pick. It is nice moving up a couple spots in the 2nd round, but You got a coach playing for his job, a team, and it's not even like that. It's not even like the Rams are in the opposite conference. I mean, you're same conference, so it's totally working against him here. So yeah, they're definitely gonna try and get him more hopefully more production once he comes back.
All right, I'm gonna hit you guys with the intro. We're gonna get to everyone's question here in a bit. Keep on pile them in there. Get back to the pile. Juwan Jennings is such a bitch. Just pissing everyone off, trying to fight people, and then just hiding behind his offensive line.
Ooh, I forgot I was muted. Yeah, I mean, he's just, I don't know what he's doing. He's a little bitch. I mean, you can't go out there and start doing what you're doing and then, just hide behind your big old line. It's unfair. It's like, come on. If you're going to talk your talk, at least let them talk their talk and do what they want to do back, but don't run.
Nobody deserves to be punched in the dick, but if anyone deserves to be punched in the dick, it's him. Do you agree? Like over Aaron Rodgers, these other players we don't like.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, definitely. It's just like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
One last thing we didn't talk about is Trey Benson, man. So, as you know, I've been holding on to Trey Benson everywhere, and like these are leagues that don't have IR spots, but they do have 8 bench spots, but still, like it's not an IR spot. And I've come too far to drop him right now, and I didn't realize he doesn't actually have to be active this week. He has to be activated by the 10th of December, which would be next Wednesday.
Yeah, next Wednesday. So that's
but if he doesn't play this week, like there's no point even holding on to him because he's got a ramp up game, which will be week 15. Now, most of these leagues I have buys in, but like, so that's a ramp up game week 15. And then week 16, can I really trust him? So the only time I could actually trust him, now his schedule is nice, is week 17. So do I hold a guy for the upside that maybe he gets 7 touches at week 15, maybe he gets 12, 13 week 16, and I can hope he can get 15 or 16 week 17? Or should I just should everyone just pick up a handcuff running back, Isaiah Davis or something, Samaje Perine, just because we have 2 weeks. If you have a bye, you have 2 weeks to let these guys marinate on your bench. And like, is there even any upside of Trey Benson? What do you think?
I mean, you also have to think about with week 17, because obviously no one's going to start him week 15, maybe week 16 if you're like desperate, but like week 17, like you just compare it to like the guys that you have. It's like, okay, if he's healthy and he's getting a lot of touches, like would I still consider pulling him or putting him in over some guys in my lineup? If no, I think you drop him and try and get a handcuff that could be more valuable than that. But it's just tough because, I mean, as you said, you're not going to start on week 15. You're probably not going to start on week 16. And then are you going to take that risk in the championship if you didn't start and then your guys already got you there? Like, it's a tough decision.
Yeah, I was just hoping for the upside as like a flex. You know what I mean? Mark has a question here. How do we feel about Evans? A similar situation. And now Evans sounds much more optimistic, but you have to also take it with the caveat that it's coming from Todd Bowles, who literally did not put Bucky Irving on IR, who missed 8 games, 7 games, whatever it was. Like, so Todd Bowles is notoriously dumb when it comes to injuries, dishonest when it comes to injuries. Like him and Kyle Shanahan are probably the 2 worst. So Evans is practicing, they say, has a shot to play this week 14. So he's definitely going to be back by week 16, like for sure. Probably back by 15. I guess the question more is, how do you feel? I'm just trying to read between the lines here from Mark's statement. Like, how do we feel about his production when he comes back? Because we saw the game he came back when he got hurt after the hamstring injury. Didn't do much. Looked bad, a couple missed time throws or catches there on the sideline. Then, of course, breaks his collarbone. So you have Godwin back, you have Ibuka there, Kate Otton's there, Bucky's back. Like, how much of the pie is there for Evans? And I saw a crazy stat today about Baker Mayfield had 7 touchdown throws over 20 yards in the first 5 weeks of the year. Remember, every game he was just game-winning touchdowns, 20 yards.
First 5
and then
weeks.
since week 5, he has 1 completion of over 20 yards. Not even like touchdown, like just 1 completion. So he went from having all these touchdown passes over 20 yards, big plays, as they call big plays, 20-plus yards, to one completion in the last 7 weeks. So, granted, he's been missing his receivers. He's been hurt. Tougher matchups, but, like, it should even out, right? He should hit some big plays, especially if they get Evans back with Godwin and Ibuka. So what is your, like, feeling on Evans going forward? You know, let's say he comes back. He looks pretty good. Next week after that, he's going to be a full snap share player. Do you trust it?
I would say obviously not this week, but maybe next week will be the full snap share. I mean, but what exactly what you were talking about? Just how much of the pie is he gonna actually get? And then we're talking about a pie in an offense that's really not doing like that much right now, where it's an offense that's struggling. So I mean, yes, Baker is hurt. He's probably playing injured. He's whatever. He's struggling too, but it's like. How much can you actually expect from Mike Evans, and is that something that you're going to be starting in week 15 or week 16? Most likely not.
Do you believe he's
so
coming?
I wouldn't.
Because here's the problem with these coaches. Like I said, I just want them to tell us everything, Chaz.
Good, tell me everything.
Okay, they were both here. They were both inside me. Eduardo was in my mouth and Luther was in my butt.
Oh my God, no, don't tell me everything. What? No, what?
Damn it, Bonnie.
Eduardo who?
Sanchez.
Holy shit, tell us more.
Then Luther went in Eduardo's butt for a while.
Tell us less. Tell us less.
Then they both completed on each other. I was left out of the finale.
Chaz will.
Whoa.
You don't like
What
that?
What is going on?
It's always sunny in Philadelphia, man. It's
I mean, I know, but it's just every time I hear something from him, I'm like, oh crap. I know.
Yeah, he says, "Oh crap!" What a nice kid Chaz is, or a young adult. We'll call him a young adult, right? 22, 21?
21.
All right, ready to get to questions here?
I guess
everyone
I
in
know
the
we don't
chat,
have
for
that
some
many,
reason,
but,
we have enough. Yeah, for some reason, it won't
Well,
let
we
me
got
set
enough.
the
We got
goal
enough.
here for the chat,
So we're at
the
one.
super chat goal. So yeah, it won't let me set it though, but I keep the number here. So every 5 super chats of any color is a chug, and Chaz is going to partake in this. Just so you guys know, if you want to see Chaz chug a beer, which they've seen me chug many beers. Here's Helen Hunt, by the way. Say hello to Helen. Here's Helen Hunt, number 2. She looks a little better in this one, but nasty. Real quick, shout out to the Patreon members, everyone keeping this show going. Thank you guys very much. We are getting ready to set up the NFL Playoff Fantasy League. Also, next year, a bunch of community fantasy leagues. You want guest appearances on the show. You want free merchandise giveaways. You want access to the Discord. That is the real kicker, Chaz. $2 a month just for the Discord. Also, you want access to my bets? Check out the record here, 66-36. We are crushing right now. So if you want to, there's the hat. They can't see it, Chaz, but
I know.
if you want access to these bets as I place them, you got to get in the Discord, professionalfanatics.com for all of that info. There's the hat. Look at that. Look at that logo. Thank you for doing that, Chaz. Also, here it is. The Beer Chug fundraiser right here. Every 5 supers is a beer chug. Every $20 super chat, beer chug. Everyone that signs up for the Patreon live, I get the notification. We'll be doing a beer chug. Chaz will get drunk. He's kind of a lightweight, so doesn't take much for him.
Heavy lightweight.
3 beers? Well, a heavy lightweight. I don't know what that means, but let's see where we're at in the chat. We're talking about Battlefield. Do you play video games, Chaz?
A little bit. I've been trying to take a break. I got things going on outside of games, but no. I mean, I try to play Fortnite, COD, especially once COD rain comes back. That's what I'll be playing.
JSN or Rice next season, Chaz?
I think this is pretty obvious. I think it's JSN. I mean, I have JSN in that tier of where Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson were, last year, even 2-3 years ago. The guy's just an absolute baller. I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. Rice is amazing. I love Rice's production. The guy is amazing. But JSN right now is just on a whole different level. I think people might be overreacting to that 1 week dud of last week.
Yeah, that wasn't even like they could have fucked around and just won on defense in that game.
Fucking them.
Like
yeah.
It was literally a shutout. It's bad when the Vikings throw a pick and then somehow get the ball back because the defense fumbles in the return and they still don't score. It was like on the 20-yard line, like they're in scoring position and they still can't score. So bad. Jay Moore, top wide receiver streamer of the week. It depends. Like if Adonai Mitchell's not only a streamer, he is a must add. Chaz, you weren't on the show last week, but remember my run of guys that I've been talking about? It was Parker Washington, and then it was I was talking AD Mitchell all last week, and that's the difference between this channel and most channels. Now everyone's talking about Adonai Mitchell this week. You got to pick him up. Like I already have him on every team, and I started him 6 spots last week, dude. I was fucking so happy because I don't know, man. The target share is there, the talent's there. He just can't catch. But you know what that is? It's confidence. He hasn't had a lot of playing time in his career. I'm not saying he's nervous, but it's like he feels pressure because of his draft capital. Now they're not playing for anything at all. Obviously, the Jets trust him. And I don't know if you heard the quote from Aaron Glenn saying that he's known him since high school and he's been a big fan of him. And like he came out and said that I know on the outside of that trade, the Sauce Gardner trade, it appeared that Adonai Mitchell was a throw-in. And he's like, this was not a throw-in. This is a guy we specifically targeted because he was a former second-round pick, just 1 year removed from being a second-round pick in the NFL draft. And the talent's there. It's been up here. Been some mental mistakes. Obviously, the fumble on the goal line he had. Knucklehead stuff, right? That's why he fell to the second round. He's a first-round NFL talent receiver. And, like, Xavier Worthy went higher than him in the draft. And Xavier Worthy is not even dude, he sucks. Like, Xavier Worthy has just as bad of hands. And he can't catch anything. That guy sucks. Anyways, you think Isaac Tesla is the answer to this question?
Yeah. I mean, is there really any other question? I mean, Amon-Ra he's out, right? Is he playing? I don't even know.
Brock Wright also out. So Brock Wright's also out. So you're looking at, the pat, and it's hard to run the ball against the Cowboys right now. Now, whether that keeps up, we don't know.
Hard, actually.
So I bring up last week. I've kind of pivoted on this opinion, but Tom Kennedy is the other little guy there. He pretty much took over. Once St. Brown got hurt, he was running the slot, running all of St. Brown's routes. Now, Tesla played 92% of the snaps in that game. But I feel like that wasn't like they didn't have a week to game plan that. That was just, okay, first quarter injury, Kennedy take that spot. They have a whole week to know that St. Brown's not playing. Yep. So I feel like Tesla's going to be schemed up some shit because the guy's got 3 touchdowns and 5 career catches. He killed it in the preseason. They traded up to draft him in the 3rd round at Arkansas. Now, Storey will tell you he had 28 receptions as a senior. So, like, the guy doesn't have, like, the production profile, but he has the ability. And, like, Jamison Williams, I love him to death. He is not a number 1 receiver. Not a number 1 receiver at all. And if you ask him to do number 1 receiver things, he's gonna fuck up. He's gonna drop passes. Like, has he ever seen, like, shadow coverage in his life? Has he ever seen like 100% double coverage in his life? He's going to see it in this game.
Yeah, he's just he's a 2. He's a 2. He's not a 1. I mean, we saw with the game-ending drop, basically. I mean, it wasn't a game-ending, but it was like he dropped that pass on 4th down. It's like, oh man, like, is this really the guy? No, like, he's just a 2. He's there for the long ball. Yes, he looked good. He looked good on some different plays, but in the end, he's nowhere close to Amon-Ra, and he's a 2. He's just there to extend the field, and he can't be a 1. So yes, he will be the 1 this week, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, I like Tesla. I'm starting him in, I want to say 3 or 4 leagues. I only have maybe 7 matchups that matter because every other matchup's decided. I already have a bye locked up. So I have like 5 or 6 matchups that I can move up to get a bye, or I have to win to get in the playoffs, something like that. So I'm trusting in him in this game against the Cowboys secondary. And it's not so much about the Cowboys secondary. It's about the fact that Detroit secondary is so beat up right now that I know the Cowboys are scoring 24 points or more in this game. I know the Lions are going to have to throw the ball. So, like, you're going to get really good target. And they're at home. So, like, Jared Goff plays better at home. So I'm liking all the weapons there. I would like Brock Wright if he was playing. Unfortunately, he's out. Jay Moore, when will Ibuka boom? I refuse to sit him, even though he's been not so good. He's been straight up trash. So he was he wide receiver 3 the first 5 or 6 weeks? Same thing I was saying. It correlates with Baker Mayfield's struggles, right? And then he's like wide receiver 40 since then. It's really bad. Now last week, 8 targets. He's getting the targets. I don't think Ibuka's really that good of a player. Like, if you watch him, he is not athletic, dude. He can't jump. He's fine. He's not like an alpha. He's not a 1. I mean, just watch the film, dude. He's got a 50% catch rate. Like, he just doesn't come down with anything that if he has to like work for a catch, he just doesn't come up with it. I don't see, like, we were talking about him like he's Justin Jefferson, dude. Like, I wasn't. I'm saying community was talking about him like he's Justin Jefferson the start of the year. I'm like, dude, I don't see it. He's good. He's a pro ready receiver. He's solid. Not a number 1. Definitely not an X receiver. Am I overreacting?
I think a lot of the community would disagree with you heavily on there, but I mean, I can't say that I agree or disagree. What I would say is it's just we'll see how Baker is in these next couple of weeks. I think those first 5 weeks was like a Travis Fulgham, and not he's way better than Travis Fulgham. I don't know if you remember what Travis
I do
Fulgham did
remember
for
that
the
guy.
Eagles. He had like a 5 week stretch, I think, or whatever the hell happened. I think that was more so it. I think he's still a wide receiver too. I just don't think he's a firm wide receiver one, but we'll see. I guess I know these past like 7, 6. God, I keep on saying this. 5 weeks have been terrible, but I mean, he's still a rookie. He's still learning. I mean, he's got two vets in there fully to learn from. I think next year he could be the one there. I mean, he is the one there technically. Would you say he's the one there now?
How
Over
has it worked
Godwin?
out since he's been the one though? It's been terrible. Like it's been terrible.
Start off good.
And it's easy to blame it on Baker Mayfield's struggles. He's had a lot of uncatchable passes, but all the ones that are on the borderline of catchable and uncatchable, he's not coming up with. And I expect the number one receiver, an alpha, like an elite talent, to catch most of those. He's not catching any of them. So I have Ibuka in 5 spots. So I'm still starting him every week because 8 targets does not grow on trees. I believe in Baker Mayfield. I believe in this offense. And now I think the feather in our cap here, if we're Ibuka owners, is the run game has been so bad. And that's been hurting him in terms of, getting some soft coverage. Play action has been non-existent. Now you're looking at Bucky Irving coming back. Defense has to come up a little bit. They have to honor the run, which is going to give, if his weakness, like I said, Buka's weakness is contested catches and beating double coverage and having to worry about safeties over the top, that's going to be less likely to happen. So now he might get some more of those layup targets and, maybe a deep ball. That'd be nice. Could we just see a deep ball from Baker Mayfield this week? I'd absolutely love it. My opponent has CD and Pickens locked and loaded tomorrow night. So worried about going against those two. In this matchup, definitely, dude. They might both go for 100 yards.
They might both drop 20 plus, and you just got to deal with it. I mean, it's going to be an air raid tomorrow night. I think it's going to be an air raid. It's just going to be so brutal. No team has been able to, fully stop even one of them either. So at least one of them is going to go for at least 20 plus points, and usually others at like 10 to 15 at that point. So if it's anything under 40, I think you'd be very happy with that.
Very happy with that. Sven, Hampton, Woody, Godwin, pick one full PPR. I'm not going Hampton the first week back. Woody is hurt. Woody's dinged up. Woody's always dinged up. Me and Storey have the joke that every game he leaves, if you notice, he leaves the game for at least like a series. And the last week he went to the locker room. And he's Paul Pierce, bro. He's just coming back in a fucking wheelchair and playing. So he always comes back in the game. I think I'm going to go Godwin, though, in PPR. Woody has a tough matchup against the Chiefs. Chris Godwin, a nice
nobody's
matchup
running
against
on
the
the
Saints.
Chiefs right now.
Full PPR. I'm going to go with the safe
full PPR easy. And Godwin, didn't Godwin have a touchdown drop? Wasn't that? I think I was watching that.
I did not see that. All I know is Godwin actually looks okay because when he came back originally, I was really, really saying how bad he looked, and clearly he was not healthy. And now he looks like his old self, a little bit like his own self. A little rust there, but. So we're going Godwin.
I'm definitely going to go Godwin. Yes, definitely give me Godwin there.
On my bench, Benson, Wilson, London, and Marvin Harrison. That is rough. CK.
Injuries.
Oh, you know what? I have four or five Marvin Harrison shares, but I have like 10 or 11. Michael Thomas. Well, it might as well be Michael Thomas because it's Michael Wilson. He is playing like Michael Thomas of old. So you know what? Marvin Harrison, just go sit the rest of the year out. There's 1 or 2 leagues I don't have Michael Wilson that I have Marvin Harrison. I will sacrifice those leagues to have Michael Wilson in all my other lineups because that dude balls out, baby. He's a wide receiver. Is he a wide receiver 1 with no Marvin Harrison? And I don't know if you heard, but Greg Dortch is also hurt. So now you have Greg Dortch hurt, crap running backs, good matchups on the stretch. Brissett just chucking the ball like Jameis Winston. Is he a wide receiver 1 in PPR?
It's McBride and it's McBride and it's Wilson. And it's basically the same thing as having Jameis Winston. They're going to be chucking all game long. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you have him as a wide receiver 1? That would be my kind of question there.
What a wild fucking turn of events. I mean, because the guy had 3 years to the saying 3 years to wow us.
What a wild year, man.
And he just never got the opportunity, man. And I loved him coming out of Stanford. That's what I was saying when I was saying to pick him up. just because he's a scrappy player. He's like a bigger, he's kind of like a Keenan Allen type. You know what I mean? Like a young Keenan Allen type, where it's just like he's a good slot receiver. He can go down the field a little bit. Just a pretty big, strong dude that just doesn't drop passes. Like that's a quarterback's best friend. And that's what he has been for Jacoby Brissett. Jay Moore, who has more touchdown upside, Tesla or Vele?
I mean, we kind of already went over this. I'm going with Tesla here.
Same. I think obviously in PPR, like the safer options, Vele. Even though Vele is not the one, like I just want the ancillary receiver on the Lions over the ancillary receiver on the Saints. Would you start Wicks or Tesla if St. Brown doesn't play tomorrow? It's definitely Tesla, dude. I'm not chasing Wicks' stat line. He had two touchdowns. You know what he also did? Played 51% of the snaps. Like he ran a route on 58% of Jordan Love's dropbacks. Like that's not enough for me.
I mean, he looked good. That's what we'll say. But it's like, how much production are you going to see in upcoming weeks? It's probably definitely not the same.
And it's not even about his production. It's about Jordan Love. Okay, last week was awesome. Obviously, the Lions secondary we mentioned is terrible. The 2 prior weeks, I believe he had 270 yards passing combined, Jordan Love. So, like, if that's the floor, you're talking about, and Josh Jacobs taking a lot of care. If the floor is my quarterback for my fantasy receiver having 140 yards passing, I'm out. I can't mess with that. That's why Michael Wilson's such a stud, is because there's 300 yards available.
Let's just think about the 2 games next week, or in the fact that they're going to be playing outside at Lambeau, in a more so ground and pound game compared to a high scoring shootout that's probably going to be tomorrow night. A cold outside Lambeau or dome high scoring shootout. That's kind of what I'm listening to, or that's what I'm thinking about when I hear those 2 players in those 2 games.
Yeah, I want the shootout for sure. Did you hear about Rico being settled in as an early down back? Chuba working more on third downs. Yeah, I heard that it was a weird report, and like unfortunately for PPR, that's not what we want to hear, because Rico essentially becomes a touchdown dependent RB2, and Chuba's the one with the higher floor if he's going to get 3 or 4 receptions. Even though my personal opinion, Chaz, is that Rico's a better pass catcher than Chuba. You agree?
Rico's the better player, in my opinion. And I
think they have their roles reversed. Chuba's more of a power back, so it's just like I don't know what they're doing. Dave Canales, man, what are you doing? It's working, but it worked 1 week. Will it work this week? Who knows? Who would you rather have the rest of the year? Full PPR. They're the most inconsistent team. You want Chuba full PPR or Rico rest of the season? It's really tough.
Give me Rico. From what I've seen from Rico, I have to stick with him, even though it's been iffy the past couple of weeks. I still have to stick with him.
CK has Strange and Waller. Should I drop one to use a spot for a stash? If so, which one? Waller, small sample size.
Keep
Waller does have the Bengals week 16, which is very nice. But, dude, Strange, now you have it appears that Parker Washington might be out like for a while, dude. So that just frees up more targets for Strange. Waller's more of a touchdown guy, I'd say.
Yeah, I just have this thing with where Waller. I think Waller's going to be winning some leagues here as that like chuck in tight end. I mean, you said Cincy week 16. I don't know who they have week 17, but I mean, that week 16 game's a Sunday night game against Cincy. I really can see Waller winning championships here, in my opinion. But that's just one of my bold takes.
I think you might just want to keep both of them since your tight end's so weak. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It depends who you're stashing. If Blake Corum's available, yeah, give me Blake Corum. Tyler Algier. I'm not doing it for like Isaiah Davis. I'm not doing it for Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm not doing it for a guy like Ray Davis, who I don't even know is going to be the starter if there's an injury. So I need to have a for sure guy I know can be a difference maker in my lineup if the injury occurs. So don't do it for a French player. Maybe I do it for Adonai Mitchell, but he's probably already owned.
Yeah, he's probably gone now, especially since waivers have passed.
Well, he's trying to help out his fiance's pop fantasy lineup. He has a Cowboys defense with the Titans Commanders.
Finances.
I think it's supposed to be fiance. It's one of those things where it's like my best friend's neighbor's girlfriend's brother. He has a Cowboys defense with the Titans, Commanders, Dolphins, Vikes, Jets are available. Drop Cowboys to pick up these. I like the Cowboys down the stretch, but this week, if he needs to win, I don't like the Cowboys that much against Jared Goff. I would probably go. I like the Vikings. Vikings and Commanders. Either of those defenses are fine because they play each other. So who do you prefer out of those two? Dolphins, not a bad matchup, but I don't trust their defense. Jets defense terrible. No, I'm not going Titans defense either. So Commanders or Vikes?
What makes you think? I mean, it has to be Vikings, right? That's what I'm looking at. Or no.
Yeah,
I
like the Vikings defense.
Sorry. I meant Commanders.
Against JJ McCarthy.
So you like the Vikings? Yes. JJ McCarthy.
The Vikings defense looked really good against Sam Darnold, though. They looked really good against Sam Darnold last week, the first half, and then they were just burned out because they played a million snaps. You know what I mean? Now Mariota played really well in that Monday night game, perfectly against Denver. But do you really believe in it? I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Vikings. I think they're safe for a bounce back game here. I'm starting them in a couple leagues. So
I go Commanders. I just think I can never trust JJ McCarthy. He turns the ball over 3 to 4 times a game. It's just
it's some pretty rough decisions.
I was between that and Muhammad.
Why the fuck would it be between that or Muhammad? Why don't you just pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on earth. Read a fucking book for one.
Have you seen Superbad, Chaz?
I have.
Wow. That's
and I'm
really impressed
I'm not
me.
a movie enthusiast, but I have seen that. Was
Well,
he even knew? Is that or Muhammad?
You watch a lot of anime, right?
Yeah, I'm currently watching Naruto. I'm trying to. I watched.
I'm right. I was just guessing. You actually do watch a lot of.
Yeah. I the first one I watched was Attack on Titan when the final season came out. Or it was, it was the final season, but I watched that, and now I'm watching Naruto. It's actually kind of awesome. My dad hates it. He sees me watching. He's like, "Why
What
not
team?
watching cartoons?"
Scobo wants to know what team you like. We're Bears fans. It's looking good now, though.
Bears fans. I'm going to that Saturday night game, actually.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Was that
me
and
against the
are going? Packers?
Yeah,
Packers, right?
Bears, Packers, at Soldiers, Saturday night. I will be there.
For the division. That'll be for the division, most likely.
Basically for the division.
Ryan King, would you start Garrett Wilson the first week back? He's back, which might be week 15, 16. Well, Garrett Wilson's not coming back. Let me just tell you this, man. I would bet a lot. Now, I've been wrong on some of my injury calls, like Mike Evans. Garrett Wilson, the Jets are trying to tank. Garrett Wilson's body language, he does not like Aaron Glenn, the whole situation. So, man, what do you think? You think he's coming back this year? I don't think so. If he does, it's not till week 16 or week 17.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something like that. Plus, there's no incentive to rush him back at all, really, right? So just tank, go get higher draft pick. He'll still earn his checks, right? He'll still get money. So it's not like he's missing out. So just sit him, rest him, have him ready for next year.
And they want to see what they have at Adonai Mitchell. And I'll say this, even if Garrett Wilson comes back week 16, I'm definitely not starting him the first week he's back. No fucking way. No way, dude. I can't. The last game I said it yesterday. The last game we saw of him, yes, it was with Justin Fields. He had 0 catches midway through the third quarter. So I can't trust an injured guy. I dropped Garrett Wilson in every league I had him in, besides the league I had an IR spot in. I think I'm still holding on to him there, but it's not good. Boy, how do you feel about the person I'm going against has T. Higgins and Jamar Chase? Well, T. Higgins might not play. He's still in concussion protocol. He was limited today, so that would be 2 weeks missed, which is rare. So I say it's 75% chance he plays, but there's a chance he doesn't play. I don't like it because those guys are amazing, but again, that kind of limits the upside of having 2 guys in the same team. I feel much better about starting CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Do you agree?
Definitely. But then again, Joe Burrow that offense looked really good. So I think they're going to really I think T. Higgins and Jamar are going to get back to what T. Higgins and Jamar are. So, but we'll see. But yeah, that definitely gave me CD and Pickens over them too.
All right, two more supers for a chug for me and Chaz. Chaz, you better get ready. Loosen that throat up a little bit, buddy. Taj says Dallas or Detroit. Who you got? As currently constructed on DraftKings, Detroit at home is -3. Let's just go straight up though. Screw the spread. That's a pretty close spread. I'm going to lead with you, man. What do you got? This is for the season. This is for both teams' season.
Yeah, that's
loser
what
goes home.
It's pretty much a must win. If you lose, you're pretty much out of the playoffs. Give me Dallas. I hate being on America's team. I hate being on Dallas. As a Bears fan, I'm not the biggest fan of Dallas, but their defense has stepped up as of lately, and their offense has just been clicking on all cylinders. I mean, no team has been able to stop Javonte, Ferguson, Pickens, and CD all at one time. So teams just getting gashed by this offense, and Dak is playing at an elite level. Especially with how shot Detroit secondary is, I think it's going to be just a field day for them tomorrow. I think they're going to be dropping 40, 45 plus tomorrow. I would not be surprised to see that happens.
Yeah, my concern is the Cowboys are the Cowboys, right? And they have not been the Cowboys for a couple of weeks. The old Cowboys are just making, being bad, dumb decisions, fumbles, special team issues. And the Lions are the Lions. Like, who do I trust more in a vacuum? It's clearly the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell, that infrastructure, that team. I'm just saying, like, franchise-wise, it is the Lions. You can't tell me it's the Cowboys. What team is better right now? It's clearly the Cowboys. And Dak is playing at an MVP level. I know his numbers are right up there, but I know the record is not good enough for an MVP. But Dak has the two best receivers in the league right now, like the best duo right now in the league. Even with T. Higgins healthy, like I love T. Higgins. Jamar Chase is definitely better than CeeDee Lamb, but George Pickens is playing at a top 5 level right now. I mean, he's just you have to double him, and the thing is, you can't double both because Ferguson fine. He's still a fine tight end. You cannot double them both. So one of them's open on every play, and Dak is a guy that can read the field, that's accurate, that has a big arm. The offensive line's holding up just enough, and that defense, man, since the trades, is average. And like again, solid. Average is good for the Cowboys.
For them, average is just fine. So, well,
I think I'm going to take Detroit, though. All those things being said, I've seen better teams lose. Like we've seen it all the time. I literally watched the Bills lose to the fucking Dolphins. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm taking the Lions at home. I don't know what it's going to take, but I don't know. I think Detroit has a lot of pride, and I feel like Cowboys are just kind of happy to be here, to be relevant right now. The Lions had Super Bowl aspirations, and this is it for them. If they lose this game, they're officially done. 7-6 is done.
Especially in our division, it pretty much is a must-win. But just a quick little thing. People always say Jamar and T are both wide receiver ones. CD and Pickens are like the true, actual both ones. In that, like they could go and be on any team. They're both ones. So
yeah, and then the nice thing is you have a guy like Keontae Turpin, who's a nice little gadget player that is probably the fastest player in the league. Yep. Like, so you can't just leave him on. You can't have a linebacker on him. Like that's death. So it's a nice makeup. I'm really happy for the Cowboys because let's be honest, the NFL is more fun when the Cowboys are relevant. Because they're going to blow it. Like, something's going to happen. I go back to Tony Romo fumbling that snap when he was holding kicks. He was a holder for some reason. Remember that? The shiny ball?
Oh, my
Like, things like that. Like, that's funny. Exactly like, that's funny. Dak taking that quarterback sneak and not getting the he's trying to spike it, like getting that down. I think he got that down. But either way, like those things and like Jerry Jones crying, like we love seeing these things. I love Jerry Jones tears, man. It's like lubricant for me. I've got the Seahawks D and the Texans ready to go for the rest of the year. I've noticed the Browns are available. Who would you guys rather have for this week? Are the Texans best rest of the year defense? Texans are the best real life defense, and it's matchup based. Those are the three. I can't believe that the Browns are available because those are 3 of the top 4 defenses in football and fantasy defenses in football. So I would just roll with Seahawks and Texans because, like I said in the Discord, Adam, Seahawks have the Rams week 16. Now I'm probably starting them in that game because they're at home week 16, but I would rather start the Texans, whoever they play. I'm guessing it's a shitter team. So roll with those 2. I'm not rostering 3 defenses. What are you going with here?
Yeah, I can't, as much as, I like having 3 of the top, 5 fantasy defenses, you really can't roster 3 of them unless you for sure can, but like, there's no point at this point. At that point, you'd just be going for like matchup based and be overthinking everything. Just keep your 2, in my opinion, unless the Browns play somebody like terrible. But I mean, still, just keep your top 2 defenses.
Adam, I've got Reed and Benson on my 2 IR spots. Evans is starting. Is staring at me in the free agent pool. Should I drop Benson or Reed for him? Yeah, Reed. Get Reed off your team, man. Even when he comes back, Wicks. You have Christian Watson. You have eventually Matthew Golden. Like, you have too many guys there, and Jaden Reed is fine, but, like, are you ever going to trust Jaden Reed to start? Would you ever feel comfortable starting any Packers receiver not named Christian Watson? In my mind, I'm not even that confident starting Christian Watson when Reed and Golden come back. So definitely, and Trey Benson is almost a drop. I'd find dropping him if you want to. I would definitely rather have Trey Benson for the allure of him returning to practice tomorrow, for instance, and you get some good reports and he comes back. There's just no way I'm comfortable starting Reed ever. Sucks, but
definitely not. Yeah.
Would you be surprised if the Panthers made the Super Bowl? I'd be surprised if the Panthers made the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they might,
They're
but
just
there's
such
just
wild
no way.
cards every week. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get from those guys. You're either getting blown out by the Saints, or you're beating the Rams. I don't know what's going on over there, but they got some voodoo magic working opposite ways each time.
2 words: Bryce Young. You didn't say any more? He's had some nice weeks, but, like, Bryce Young also has some historically awful performances just a couple weeks ago. Last year, like, dude, the dude is just, he's fine, but he's not a franchise quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback. He's 5'9". That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about that.
Are 5'10" and under QBs like dead? Like, is that just kind of how it is in the league now? Like, Kyler's getting phased.
It's always
out.
been like that.
Bryce
When
Young's
they're
gonna be...
Doug Flutie was short. I mean, there's not been many.
Well, we saw
short
Russell
quarterbacks.
Wilson. Russell Wilson's 5'10".
There you go. Yeah, Russell is probably. And the thing is, I think.
Bulls?
Yeah, but I don't think that was Russell Wilson.
Wait,
I think
did
the
he
more we
win
think
multiple
about it,
Bulls?
that was that. No, he won one and lost the one where he threw the interception
Yeah,
on the 1
I
yard
was
line.
say, yeah.
I
Which
feel
I
like
caught
that was
myself.
Russell Wilson played really well. I'm not trying to discredit everything Russell Wilson did, but the infrastructure there and the defense there was so elite. I feel like because he made some pretty jaw-dropping plays, like scrambling around the pocket, we overrate his numbers and everything else he did because he was essentially a placeholder. He was a game manager plus. Can you agree with that one?
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that because then he got traded and then he really got exposed for being a mid to bad QB endeavor.
So bad, dude. Browns D or Buccaneers? Buccaneers have the best fantasy playoff matchups, man. I'm gonna read you. I have the best 4. So there's 4 really good ones here. Buccaneers have. So here's their fantasy playoff matchups: Atlanta at Carolina at Miami. These are all bottom feeder teams here that you can target. Oof. Saints have Carolina, Jets, and Tennessee. That's really nice. Dolphins have Pittsburgh, awesome. Cincinnati, Tampa Bay. I don't like Dolphins' schedule. Jets, Jacksonville, New Orleans, Patriots. Patriots are tough in the finals. Jets have Washington, Minnesota, Vegas. That's probably my favorite. Giants. Sorry, the Giants. Washington, Minnesota, Vegas. Now, Jaden Daniels might be back for that game week 15, but Minnesota week 16 and Vegas week 17.
2 cakewalks. 2 little cakewalks.
I'm in for that. Yep. But Bucs have a nice schedule. The Browns are a better defense, but they have some tougher matchups coming up. Vele or Tesla? In full PPR, are you still going Tesla over Vele? Because I am.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. Because, like, Vele will get you 8 to 9 targets. Like, is that bad? Like,
he has been, but are you going to project that again?
I mean, what's telling me otherwise? Really, that would be my question. And I mean, I think he's still slated up for 8 to 9 targets. So PPR, I could see if you want to go Vele, but Tesla is that more upside play if you're really trying to win your week, in my opinion.
Sorry, my dad's texting me. He's watching. Hey, Dad, if you're still watching, hello. He usually doesn't watch him live. He watches him the next day, but he falls asleep early. He's really old. Jay Moore, which running back scores a 30? I'm kidding. My dad would whoop anyone's ass. I know. He's the toughest guy in the world. I have like 60 pounds on him. He still tosses me around. It's pretty sad. I'm not a weakling, Chaz. Which running back scores a 30 burger this week?
God, I have to see matchups. I want to see Saquon score 30 though.
Can he get 30 yards rushing?
I don't know. I'm just saying for something. I feel like every fantasy or even NFL owners, or not NFL owners, but like NFL fans, it's just like I want to see Saquon do well, especially after what's going on this week. or this year, like I wouldn't mind Saquon dropping the plus.
My buddy dropped Kittle. Should I check in on him? He should not be even able to be dropped. He should be undroppable. That's crazy. Adam says, did he miss the playoffs or just give up? He needs to win this week. Still a chance he makes the playoffs. I don't know what kind of drugs he's on. Yes, he has a bye. That sucks. There's got to be someone better to drop. Like, what do you have? One bench spot in your league? Like, dude, crazy. Because now, even if you make the playoffs, now you're missing your third best player probably. Gross.
Yeah, that doesn't make
Tua or Tyrod? Tua or Tyrod?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have no clue. I have this same decision in a 6-play passing touchdown league, and I've been flipping it for like literally every single day. I'm looking at it and I switch it and I switch it and I switch again. So I'm gonna listen to what you guys say here.
I would say start Tua in a 6 for a passing touchdown league, and then start Tyrod in a 4 for a passing touchdown league. You know what I mean? If there's passing bonuses, give me Tua. If there's no bonus, if it's a bare bones standard 20 for 4 for passing touchdown and 25 yards per point, give me Tyrod because of the rushing upside. Because they're in the same game. I mean, Tyrod's playing well, man. Mark says, should I really care if I place 3rd or 4th with the playoffs already locked up, claiming Kittle for Gatson, and I might not have a tight end this week? Oh, if that's the case, I don't care. The only time I would care is if you can kind of look at the matchups, and if the other seeds are locked in, and you can kind of look at, the lineups, and like some teams, there's chances sometimes a 6 seed has the best team in the league because they picked up some waiver guys. Yeah. The team was hurt early on. So if you can find an edge in that way, although usually I just like to let it play out the way it is, but if that's the case, I would take Kittle and not care about anything, because if you have Gatson, like that's the difference. Like screw the matchup you're going to face. You might have an extra 12 points that week because of Kittle, and then 10 the next week. So I don't care. I just want Kittle. You agree?
Yeah, give me Kittle. And yeah, I mean, unless you can go and look at that 6 seed or 5 seed and say like that is the best team in the league, which probably not. Just go get Kittle.
Goff versus Dallas. He says possibly without St. Brown, most likely without St. Brown, or Mariota versus Minnesota. 6 points for all TDs. If St. Brown is out, Tesla or Kennedy, who plays the slot? 0.5 PPR. So for me, it's Goff. I'm not going away from Goff for Marcus Mariota.
It's gonna be
Marcus Mariota's numbers look really good last week. Marcus Mariota had 50 passing attempts and 10 rushing attempts. Like, that's never happening again. That's insane that he did that against Denver's defense. I don't know what Denver's defense was doing. They got Alex Singleton back, and they were just and Sertan back, and they just sleepwalking through a game. Wild stuff. I'm still going Goff.
Lost it too.
And then no shit, like many times. That was just
that
rough.
2 point. No,
and then
the 2 point. If it didn't get bad down, that dude was wide open. Wide open.
Just in general, I feel like they got some calls. Denver got some calls in that game, and Washington still came down and scored despite the calls. Like, they got backed up multiple times in that last drive, and that's concerning for Denver's defense. Now, I'm starting them in fantasy. I'm just saying, like, down the road in the playoffs and shit. If you're getting calls and you're healthy and you're playing Marcus Mariota, and you still can't hold on out of the end zone, like, you're gonna face better teams in the playoffs. I can guarantee you that. The Commanders are dog shit. They played well. Commanders did play well. But Commanders playing well is like the Chiefs, for instance, playing bad. And I guess we'll see. And then we're taking Tesla over Kennedy, right?
Yep. Tesla all day.
Definitely in half PPR. He's more likely to score a touchdown. Trone dropped Goddard for Zach Ertz. Goddard started off the year strong, but has done nothing the past month. Good or bad move? I think it's a fine move. I think that it's full PPR. Zach Ertz is definitely worth more. Half PPR, Goddard still has way more touchdown upside. Are you out on Goddard?
He was getting those like 2 touchdown games, like all the time. He was getting solid targets, and then it literally just like poof, it just went away. Like that's pretty much what happened. And now Zach Ertz is kind of on the rise. So yeah, I don't mind I don't mind that move at all.
Start Tyrod or Justin Herbert. So I want to hear your take on Justin Herbert. It appears he's going to play.
You'd be playing hurt, I can tell you that much. And honestly, playing hurt or Tyrod Taylor against Miami, just give me Tyrod. Like, right? Would that be your assessment? Or
well, they have the Eagles, man. That's fucking, I don't know. The injury, the Eagles, better pass catchers. So again, this is going to go back to the type of league it is, right? 6 for a passing touchdown, taking Justin Herbert. Like Tyrod Taylor's fine, but like, is he ever going to have 270 yards and 3 touchdowns? Like, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Now, actually, Rob, I got a question for you this week. I got one last flex spot to fill. It's a tiered PPR format, so half. Oh, hold up. They just released a Justin Herbert had multiple plates or had a plate and multiple screws in his left hand during surgery. Stabilized a fracture. He is going to play, or said that he's going to prepare as if he's going to play. So
Yeah,
that's pretty much all we got from that. Really nothing much. But so I got tiered PPR. Obviously, I got DJ Moore, David Montgomery, and Quinn Johnston or Romeo Doubs. I'll throw Romeo Doubs in there, but I still probably not going to start him anyway. Well, I got bye
Probably
weeks
DJ
and I
Moore.
got players that hurt. DJ, okay, that's who I got in there right now. But with bye weeks and injuries, normally I got Wanda or CMC in there, but for this week because injuries and buys, so it's rough. But hey, we
You got another one
already
for
have a bye. Nope, it's just that one, just that one. Yep.
All right. I wish I could go through. I could go through like 40 questions I have in my 25 leagues. Hold on real quick. Ray might hop on here for a second.
Hell yeah, Ray.
All right, Goddard or Andrews? Just real quick, we are caught up to the chat already. It's a slow night.
Really?
We're actually being really quick. So
Only an hour
Ray will
and
hop in
5
for a little
minutes,
bit. I know. Well, the thing is, man, we're getting later in the fantasy year, so less people are consuming fantasy content because not everyone plays, more than 1 or 2 leagues. So a lot of people are eliminated. I wouldn't be watching fantasy shows. Now you could just watch for the entertainment value. It's only going to get less and less. So I'm starting to watch. It's fine, man. I'm pretty fried. Doing 3 hours a night for the past
you've
100
been
days.
grinding. Yep. But yeah, I mean, as you said, like either people are already locked into their stuff or it just doesn't matter this week. And then even next week, you only have 4 teams out of 12 that are like actually trying to come or actually playing. So it's like, how many people are still going to be consuming that content? It always gets down at the end of the year, but it was a great year. But Goddard and Andrews, you got to go Andrews. Andrews' schedule, like tight end wise, with the teams that he's playing has been giving up to tight ends has been insane. Goddard is my league winner. Sorry, not Goddard. Andrews is my league winner for this year. I think if you have Andrews, I think he's going to help you carry that. I think we saw a lot on Thursday where he was open and Lamar was not getting him the ball. And it was more so, Lamar, let's take your free money. Let's take your free yards. And especially in a league like I'm in where it's, 1.5 or it's tight end premium. So I think he's going to be getting those targets. I think he's going to be scoring touchdowns as he normally does. I think he's going to be a league winner this year. So give me Andrews.
Wally, real quick, we will answer a few more questions. If we get two more supers within 20 minutes, and me and Chaz will just shoot the shit and keep on going with the super chat donations. If that can get up to 2 more, and we'll do 20 more minutes. Otherwise, we'll just answer a couple more questions, and I can actually get some sleep tonight. That'd be great. Well, you know what I want to see? Zay Flowers to score a tutter. He has not scored a touchdown since week 1, Chaz.
Man, Zay Flowers, the dude in my league has been trying to sell high on Zay Flowers for the past, what feels like 10 weeks, and nobody's buying him. I think that's just kind of what the state is with Zay Flowers. It's like, it's a nice name, wide receiver 1 in the Ravens offense, but it just hasn't been there as of, however many weeks. It's been not good.
I'm still rolling him out there in every league I have him because I don't have any really better options because they're deep leagues. Wally, someone in my league last year wasn't going to make the playoffs and said, I'm going to drop Bijan. We denied him in doing it. You can't be doing that shit because your team is booty cheeks. You can't be playing fantasy with people like that. That's the point. Kick that guy out of the fucking league because that's just stupid. You know what those people are? Those are chaos agents that just like stirring the pot. And the point is we have hundreds of dollars in this, sometimes thousands of dollars in this. And like, it's I don't know, man. It's like the honor system, bro. Like, what are you doing? First of all, Bijan in most platforms should be undroppable. That's why you need Yahoo has this where like the top 40 players are undroppable. You can't drop them. It also protects people from doing drunk things at night where you accidentally drop somebody that you don't want to drop. And like, then you have to have a league vote. And like, my opinion, in my league, that happens. I give it back to the team and say, you made a mistake. Because also no one should be getting a free Bijan Mark says, what's your all's take on already eliminated teams still making waiver wire claims? Well, I have a rule in my leagues that once you're eliminated, you cannot make waiver wire claims. And then once the playoffs start, for instance, those teams that are eliminated they can't even pick up guys after waiver wire go through. The wire is frozen to them. They cannannot make moves because they're just trying to fuck other people over. Like, that's just that's why I don't do any consolation shit. That's just stupid. The only way you can do that, Dynasty is different. Because Dynasty goes 365 days a year. You're worried about next year. You can't do that in Dynasty. And consolation bracket matters, right, for the next year's draft order, for the rookie draft, like things like that.
Well, yeah, we do just like bottom of the, we if you miss the playoffs in our league, it goes by points for or max points for. So like that's kind of how we determine our. If you miss the playoffs,
is it reverse order though? That whoever has the most points gets the first pick, or no? Or the least points?
So whoever has the least amount of max points for, so like because sometimes people don't start the right guys or like on purpose. So it's like we just do max points for, and then if you score the lowest, you get the 1. You use second lowest, you get the 2. And I know some leagues do it differently, but as soon as the season's over, the 12 poll doesn't even matter for us. But yes, I mean Dynasty goes 365 days a year, so injuries do happen. The waiver is still available to everybody. So.
I do have a question for you, Chaz. I forgot to do this in our panic meter column. Here we go. You ready for this? You're going to love it.
It's so
Chaz,
bad,
Cortland
it's
Sutton love meter. Hey, I had a touchdown this last week.
He did, but it's like it's just ever since I started talking that dude up. I started talking him up. I started basically sucking, and like now he's sucking.
You did like a voodoo doll curse on him or something, man.
I did a reverse voodoo. I started talking him up, and then he decided to go down. It was like I was getting the Woody. He wanted my Woody to go down, and that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, I will say there's one nice thing there is you have Troy Franklin on the decline, playing less snaps, dropping passes, but you do have Pat Bryant on the ascension. So do you still want Cortland Sutton over every other receiver there? I do personally, but
yeah. Give me Sutton over all.
Troy Franklin droppable?
Like, no. But how deep are we talking? Are we talking like 4 bench slots? Or are we talking 10?
Normal 12-team league.
All right, I'm gonna say no then, because the ones that I've played in have had decent amount of bench slots. So I've seen leagues though where it's like 4 players. If you only have 4 or 5 players, you can hold on your bench, drop them. But if it's like 10, somewhere around there, I'd say you keep them.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, we're all caught up. Wow, this is a first in the show. I'm gonna play you. Let's see what I got here. I like this one. That's the Denver Broncos receiver room right now.
They're just spreading fire across everybody, no matter what's going on.
Do you think the Patriots are favorite? Like, are they your favorite right now in the AFC, or is it the Broncos?
It's definitely the Patriots. But here, I got into a little debate online with some people. This might sound dumb, especially after what Drake May did last night, but I mean he's been playing not that great of defenses. Would you rather have Caleb or would you rather have May right now? Not right now, what I'm saying for like the future. I'm talking like not just now. I'm talking you much rather Drake May? That's interesting.
I'm not much rather, but Drake May. He's bigger, he's stronger, throws a better deep ball. He's the most accurate deep ball passer in the league right now. That's Caleb's weakness. I know Caleb's very durable, but like I feel like Drake May is going to be more durable. He's just bigger. Let me ask you this. You know what the record? Now we all know Patriots have a really easy schedule. Have had an easy schedule. You know what the record of their opponents have been this year? Now, granted, they all have losses because
No,
they
it's
played
like,
the Patriots. There's only one loss each.
Is
You
it
ready
like
for
sub
this?
400?
46 wins and 88 losses, dude.
I mean, that's like
unreal.
36%. 36, 37.
That's
right?
yeah, dude. That's by far the worst.
That's what I'm saying.
That
It's like,
is. So can you even judge them? Like they look good, their offense looks good. Can you judge them? No, I can't. And like the thing is, Bo Nix is bad. So like there is no favorite. Like I think the Chiefs would be the favorite if they made the playoffs. They're probably not going to make the playoffs, but like
Josh Allen makes it. I feel like Josh Allen will be favored in every game that he plays in if he makes the playoffs. Would you or would you not agree with that?
I agree with that. Josh Allen's the real deal.
I know.
He's what Drake
So-
May. Drake May is playing better than Josh Allen this year, but in a one game do or die, I'm going to trust Josh Allen, who's been there, right? He's been there. He's done that. He's also, he's learned a lot from those losses. I always say you learn more from losses than wins. Wally says, should I keep Dart for week 17, start against the Raiders? I'm pretty confident I'll make it to the championship game. I have Burrow in the meantime. Just start Burrow. Burrow has the Cardinals week 17.
Burrow. Burrow.
Yeah, I'm just if you want to hold him for like insurance, like I don't know. I'm just gonna take a high upside guy on my bench. Odds of the Bengals making the playoffs, 2%.
Yeah, it's
2%.
It's slim. I mean,
they do have a road. There is a path.
Yeah, there's a path, but like, I think the path this year is Josh Allen finally getting to the Super Bowl. I think that's my prediction. Is that what you're predicting?
Well, here's the nice thing is that Pittsburgh and the Ravens play twice the rest of the year. So you need those teams to split those games, and they just need to run the table too. The problem is running the table and they also have to win this game coming up against the Bills, which they're 6-point underdogs in. So like if they lose this week, there's no chance. So yeah, I don't believe in the Bengals this year. And either way, like their defense they're playing better. It's so bad. Let's see, Waller, Gatson. We want Waller over Gatson rest of the year.
Yeah, I was kind of already talking of Waller. I think Waller is going to be obviously not in the same boat as Andrews, but I think Waller can help you out in your championship runs a lot. By the way,
Texans could sneak in to make Super Bowl.
Their defense,
if they make the playoffs, they definitely could. Yeah, their offensive line actually has been impressive.
Their offense wasn't even that bad when I was watching them against the Bills. Like, it wasn't terrible with Davis Mills, and then you're going to get Shaw back, and, I mean, that defense is just elite. So, man, I don't know what's going on in that AFC. I feel like a lot of teams can come out of there this year.
It's not even just the AFC. Like, it's the NFC, too. Like, okay, so the Rams are the best team, then they lose to the Panthers. Matt Stafford's old. Like, Puka's injury prone. Like, there's a lot of things that can happen on that team to derail them. And just in general, like, it's the NFL. Anything can happen. Eagles look like shit. Packers, I think the Packers are actually one of the best teams. Like the Bears, we're Bears fans. Like they're not. I think they're fraudulent when it comes to Super Bowls, dude. Right? They're fraudulent when it comes to Super Bowls. Like winning a Super Bowl this year,
they have those three great quarterbacks, and you win however many Super Bowls they did. I mean, Aaron Rodgers only won once, right? So.
Jesus, Michael Wilson on the wire. Want to keep 2 of 3. Chuba, Adonai, or Michael Wilson. Benches, Sharp, Brian Robinson, Goff, Chuba. Yeah, he has Stafford. Dude, if you have Stafford, maybe, although week 16, Stafford has Seahawks. Not a good matchup. I would, like this week, I want Michael Wilson over Adonai Mitchell, but like if there's a chance Marvin Harrison comes back, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Gosh, that's tough. Chuba, and Wilson. Is he for sure? Is he for sure? Like, is he in a must win? Like,
no, he's already in the playoffs, but it's just like to have. You know what I mean? I want Adonai Mitchell rest of the season over Michael Wilson, unless I found out that Marvin Harrison was out for like 3 or 4 weeks. That is tricky, man.
I would keep Chuba and Adonai. It's tough to say that, but it feels like Wilson's stint might be over soon. Is that what you're leaning? Or
Yeah, I just don't know about Marvin Harrison. And these heel injuries, like he's coming off the appendectomy. Like, there's a lot of things where like they could just be like, "Yo, our season's over, Marvin. You showed some growth this year. Take a seat. Take a seat over here." So, and I'm not Adonai Mitchell. I'm not. His schedule is good. He's a number one there. I'm not fucking dropping him because there's no roadblock. Like, I don't think Garrett Wilson's coming back. So, and I can't get rid of Chuba because he is like a playable version of Charbonnet, right? A playable version of Brian Robinson.
And if Rico somewhere goes down,
you have
like,
to just.
you think he's
I think
going
you just have to keep Michael Wilson on the wire. It sucks because someone else might get him and use him against you. Fuck. I mean, the alternative is just get rid of Jared Goff, and you got Stafford, and just you're rolling with Stafford. That's the alternative.
Yeah, I mean, Stafford's a stud. That's like, I think Stafford will still be putting his numbers up. Even yes, week 16, that's a tough matchup with Seattle, but still, it's Stafford. He's playing at an MVP type caliber right now, especially with how he's been. I mean, yes, it was a bad game, but I'm not going to overlook it. Already got 2 seed.
Mark already has the 2 seed locked up. Get your beer ready. We'll do at least one chug. We got 5.
All right. I got you.
Yeah, man. I think, Mark, I might just fucking drop Jared Goff. I know it sucks because who does Jared Goff have week 16? Let's take a gander at this because if it's not a great matchup, you could find somebody else on the wire. Like, who's the other quarterbacks on the wire, too? Lions have at home against the Steelers. That's a pretty good matchup. So I would rather drop Goff than drop Chuba Hubbard, for instance. Man, that's a tricky one, dude. I think I want to keep the bet. If there's other good quarterbacks available, Mark, like if it's not just like Tyler Shuck and guys like that, then you can drop Goff. But if it's barren at the quarterback wire, then you probably need to keep Goff. Wally, who should I drop Dart for? Top 3 running back wide receivers are Woody Marks, Chris Rodriguez, Swift, Shakir, Vele, Alex Pierce, DeAndre Swift, or Woody Marks. Who do you like? Is it Woody Marks over DeAndre Swift because he has the backfield to himself?
You know, I was thinking about saying Swift, but Swift's matchups in the playoffs is just brutal. Like, yes, they play San Fran week 17, but like you got Cleveland Browns week 15, and then you got 16. We host Green Bay. That's just 2 teams you really can't run on. So I'm gonna go Woody just for that reason.
Yeah, we'll go Woody there. I can't believe those guys are on the wire. It must be a 10-teamer. 50
Yeah,
and 50. Rico on bye. St. Brown hurt. Can't say I'm confident going in my first week of playoffs. I hate week 14 playoffs. That's crazy. Monongai and Harvey have to do work for me this week.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah.
Some confidence.
Harvey's okay. I don't know. I'm cooling on him just because I don't see the work, man. Like, are you ready to chug this? Let me top this baby off.
It's just having buys or like having week 14 playoffs with buys. It's like that just should not be allowed. Really shouldn't be.
No, and like we were talking last night about it. I'll talk after we chug this. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Race you. Nice. We talked last night about it. If you do that league and you play with savvy people, all the week 14 players that have buys should be drafted 2 rounds later. You know what I mean? Like at least a round later. Like, I'm not taking CMC with the 7th overall pick, knowing that he's not available for my first. You know, if you have a buy, it's different, I guess. Because then, how can you assume a buy?
You can't. Like, a CMC would shoot down to the early 2nd for me. I mean,
Wally has a good comment here. Yeah, but the problem is most people are dumb and they don't realize, like, they don't draft according to settings and all those kind of things. So they would just draft him where he's going to go. Wally says, what about dropping Dart for Chuba? He has Rico too. So would you rather have both guys in that backfield or just have Woody Marks? I think I'd rather just have Woody Marks.
Oof.
Like, you're never going to know who to start each week. I mean...
Yeah, that's tough. But then you're also thinking about injuries. I mean, you're basically playing devil's advocate of like, okay, if one of these guys gets injured, you know the other one's going to put up RB1 numbers. But if that doesn't happen, then you don't know who to start every week. Yeah, just give me Woody. Just give me
I
Woody.
guess, yeah,
That's what I
it
would
depends.
say.
If you need a guy to play, right? If you need a guy to play, then you roll with Woody. If you need a guy on the bench, then just take Chuba, and then you have that whole backfield locked up. Because, like, then you have the upside of getting the starter. But, like, it depends on what you need. So if you need a guy that's going to be a flex for you in the fantasy playoffs, I don't want to start both Panthers running backs in my lineup.
Yeah, no.
I'd rather start Woody.
Yep.
So, Mark, only bums left: Shucks, Sanders, Cousins, Lawrence, no Brissett. Oh, dude, so you can't drop Goff.
Yeah, you can't drop him.
You just got to leave Michael Wilson on the wire, dude.
Thing.
I think, unless I'm trying to think, here's what's crazy. How about this one? Is this nuts? I think he has Marvin Harrison. Let's just say someone has Marvin Harrison. Would you consider dropping Marvin Harrison for Michael Wilson? Like for down the stretch too, or is that just crazy?
I could see that actually, because like when he comes back, what kind of numbers is he going to be producing? Will Wilson still?
He had a good game this past week. He had 6 for 79 or whatever, 6 for 88, 88 yards, 6 catches, which is actually really good for Marvin Harrison. And Michael Wilson had 7 targets, 3 catches, 25 yards. Now he was still out there more. Like Marvin Harrison was on the field for like 70% of the snaps. Michael Wilson was a 90+% snap player. So I don't know. I'm just, I'm a very big Michael Wilson fan.
I know you
so are. I'm the biggest. I'm the biggest Michael Wilson fan in the world.
The biggest, the largest. Sorry, I was.
So you can't drop Jared Goff.
So.
You can't drop Jared Goff in this case. So you're gonna have to make a choice. I'm not dropping Chuba. Like I'm not dropping Chuba. I'm not dropping Brian Robinson. I'm not dropping. Maybe I don't know. Would you? I'm not dropping those running backs. I'm also not giving them to anyone else.
Yeah, just keep Chuba and Adnan. That'd be mine.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
It is tough though. It is tough.
If Garrett Wilson was coming back, if we knew he was coming back, then you could just drop Adonai Mitchell. Because they'd be in the same situation. I prefer Michael Wilson in the short term than Adonai Mitchell, but like there's a shelf life possibly with Michael Wilson. I don't think there's any shelf life with Adonai Mitchell, and his schedule is just cupcake. It's cupcake.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to play a clip, and I'll tell you about some of my fantasy teams.
Don't think just because I got a lot of money, I'll give you taco flavored kisses, honey. Fulfill all your wishes with my taco flavored kisses. Taco, taco, burrito, burrito, taco, taco.
So I
taco burrito.
I have 6 matchups this week that matter, but I am looking at 23 out of 25 playoffs. And funny enough, me and Storey's league is one of the leagues I'm going to miss. And we have second most team league, second most points, and we're in the 8th slot. We're out. We lost Scatabo, Garrett Wilson, and Tucker Kraft.
Ooh, that Tucker Kraft one was a hit because he was just. He was producing such good numbers for tight end.
And Scatabo was that dude. Yeah, no shit. And like on my home leagues, I have 5. All 6 of my home leagues have high point bonuses, which is essentially the buy-in. So 250 or 150. I'm going to get high points in 5 of them. So essentially all my home leagues are already paid for. So we'll see. My teams are like not good though.
Nothing less though. Like for a year-long thing, maybe in the playoffs, I could see if your teams do bad. But I'm just saying is like a year-long prediction. Like, are you going to have a better prediction, or is someone in your home league going to have a prediction? Like you have, I think, because a lot of ball. So that's I just think you have a better prediction or better tell of the future than I'd say 95% of people that you're probably going up against.
Yeah, I struggle in the fantasy playoffs traditionally because I think mostly my record is bad because I bring piss poor squads into the playoffs when most teams just don't make the playoffs with piss poor squads because I stream defense as well, kickers, like all those kind of things. And then when I get to the playoffs, like this year, it's not that I have bad teams. Like I'm in first place in so many leagues with high points, but I lost Tucker Kraft, who got me a bunch of free wins early in the year. I lost Scatabo, Drake London. Like my teams are just like neutered now. Like they're not the same. So and when you go to the playoffs, you're facing teams that are good. You're not getting any weeks where you get lucky with some, other team having injuries or bye weeks. You're facing full healthy squads typically, and my teams are not fully healthy. Michael Wilson or Adonai for the fantasy playoffs all 3 weeks. Well, the answer, Mark, is Michael Wilson if it was just Michael Wilson and Trey McBride there. But we have a looming, like, I'm much more confident. And again, Marvin Harrison has not even been ruled out, right? Like this week. But like we assume he's out with it's also, he's got a heel injury, which is not good. And he's still coming off the appendectomy. That's 2 things. So his endurance isn't up. So we'll look at the schedules.
And then they're not really playing for anything. So it's the same as the Garrett Wilson. Like, is he going to come back? Like, especially with a calf. I think they're going to take this calf thing very, very seriously. In that we've like calves. When we see problems with calves, we usually see potential or a higher risk of an Achilles tear or something going on with the Achilles. Like, do you want to risk that at all for next year, especially when you're this late in the especially with, you're not really playing with anything. So the heel, the Achilles, the calf, I think they're just going to stay safe with him and just make sure that he's healthy for next year. That's your most prized possession.
So Michael Wilson, week 15 at Houston, 16 at home against Atlanta, 17 at Cincinnati. Those are pretty nice games right there. And then we were looking at,
that is pretty nice.
Let's see. Now we have Adonai Mitchell. His schedule is really nice, dude. I already know that because I've checked it out. So we have, it's taking forever to load. We have at Jacksonville, at New Orleans, and then New England. So New England, week 17 is tough with Christian Gonzalez there. But 15, 16's money, bro. Money. Both indoor. Well, Jacksonville's nice weather, at New Orleans, so dome.
Yeah, dome and nice weather. So
I don't know, man. If I knew Marvin Harrison was out, it'd be so much different. But
I feel like you gotta just stick with something that we do know, and that's gonna be Adonai. Like, right? Isn't that what you're kind of leaning towards?
Yeah, well, but here's the thing is, so Mark just says, let me get down to here. He says, Benson was supposed to be my second flex.
Ooh.
He needs somebody.
For all 3 weeks.
Now. Yeah, so in that case, we can go back to the conversation of just getting rid of Jared Goff and just rolling with Stafford. Now, that's going to include your first playoff matchup, Mark, of playing him at Seattle, which is not great, but would you rather have a weak flex or Matt Stafford starting at quarterback? Like, I would rather have Matt Stafford because he can have a bad game and still throw 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Like, I don't know who your flex would be. It's going to be Charbonnet. So in full PPR, would you rather have Michael Wilson, right, or Charbonnet? And again, here's the problem: is we don't know about Marvin Harrison. This is the one problem here: is that like we can speculate all we want, no one knows. Like,
coach is screwed.
He's probably back next week. The thing is, we just don't even know if he's back this week. I'm assuming he's not going to play this week. Now, 15 might be different. 16, like maybe they should have done the whole year. Like these injuries have been so erratic, and like Joe Burrow came back. Like what the fuck? Jane Daniels might come back. So like these coaches are doing crazy things where like they should just shut him down. That's why like I need Drake London to come back because that's a guy I actually have everywhere. So like if you want to compare it to what's happening everywhere else, like please bring back Drake London because they're bringing back these other clowns on eliminated teams. Give me Drake London. Can we have Drake London? Can we have good things, nice things around here?
We need Drake London. I need Drake London. You need Drake London. We all need Drake London.
The world needs Drake London. Jay says, are you in any ESPN leagues playoff start this week? Yeah, I'm in 2. Mine aren't starting this week. Any platform, it's not about the platform starting in week 14. You can just adjust it. Like you can customize and standard, I'll say this, standard playoffs is week forever. Standard playoffs was week 14, 15, 16. That was when it was a 16 game schedule.
Yeah, but that's
right. Week 17 was the last week. Now week 18 is the last week. So it's always the last fantasy playoff matchup should be the week before the end of the season. So now it's 15, 16, 17 is your standard. I think it should be now. You can't do 14 because the buys. They shouldn't have week 14 buys. You just shouldn't. Like I prefer that. I think the fantasy championship should be this. Yeah, that's just you shouldn't have buys in week 14. You definitely shouldn't have the playoffs in week 14 because of the buys.
Yep,
it's silly, and they moved that. I think the last week before this was week 12 was the last buy before they changed the schedule. It used to be week 12 was the latest buy a team could have.
Ooh.
Such a disadvantage, though, dude, for those teams. I know it's nice now if you got there, but like week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, you need those buys because your team's beat up.
Yep.
Jake, I'm in, boys. I've been in a playoff for 4 weeks from 9th place. Only real question is Houston or Philly D this week, and Baker or Jacoby. Pretty much locked in with a bye unless you love Terry. So Houston or Philly D. Give me Philly's D over Houston this week because I think you have a hungry Chiefs team.
Who's Houston playing? Oh, they're playing the Chiefs. Oof. Yeah, give me Philly. Give me Philly. A Chiefs team coming off a mini bye, basically a Thursday game, and then it's basically a must win, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's a must win. So, yeah, give me Philly there, especially with Chargers, Herbert, in question. So.
What about Baker versus Jacoby? So we have Cardinals are at home against the Rams. And then we have Baker is at the Saints. I'm going Baker.
Yeah,
I think Baker has a big game finally. Now, the last time they played the Saints, Baker had like 130 yards passing. Remember that game? They just had a defensive touchdown.
Oh God, yeah. Holy crap. I'm still rolling Baker. Still getting
Yeah, same. Touchdowns. He needs a big game. As a Jets
he needs
Jets
to get
fan,
back on track.
A.D. Mitchell looking very nice, especially in PPR. A.D. Mitchell's the dude. Dynasty, anyone that picked him up in Dynasty because he was probably like not rostered, you got to find. Tyrod loves looking his way. He's the number one there, and I like John Mechie too. John Mechie could be a sneaky play because I think everyone that picked him up is dropping him. He's still running all the routes. He's just a PPR guy. I take Michael Wilson in PPR without a doubt. Would you start McLaurin or McConkey? I'm worried about Justin Herbert. Probably McLaurin.
Had a little surge.
Yeah. I think McLaurin. Mike Evans or A.D. Mitchell, like rest of season. Dude, is it crazy to say A.D. Mitchell?
Yeah, I was just saying. I think it's still A.D. Mitchell. Mike Evans is coming back. Just you don't know what's going to happen there.
Or roll with Adonai 15, 16, and Evans for 17. Well, if you have Evans, then that is fine because Evans has. We have that's a lot of ramp up time for Evans. He should be fine by that point, and you're going to be looking at.
14.
Oh yeah. You got at Dolphins that game, dude. For Mike Evans, I like that. I'm into that. Jonathan, if that Discord Dynasty League happens, it's definitely happening. Jonathan, what platform is going to be on? We got to decide on that one. We might, hopefully, cross our fingers, have a little Fantrax sponsorship coming through. Storey is in talks with a Fantrax guy. Like he actually reached out to Storey about a bunch of college because he plays college fantasy on there, and he's just going to bring it up. And like I've streamed every one of my Fantrax public league drafts. I do Fantrax best ball, so like they don't have any spot. Like, that's a perfect marriage. So if that's the case, we'll definitely do it on Fantrax. Other than that, maybe ESPN. Do you have any recommendations? Or sorry, maybe Yahoo, not ESPN. Do you have any recommendations, Chaz, for Dynasty platform?
We've been doing all of ours on Sleeper. That's honestly been a really good platform. I am in a Dynasty baseball league that is on Fantrax, and I'd say getting to learn their software has been definitely interesting. But I also like that as well. So I honestly I would say that you really can't go wrong. But Sleeper's been great and Fantrax has been great. So whichever one of the two, I would recommend one of those two though. I don't like ESPN or Yahoo.
By the way, Chaz, if you want to get in, if there's a spot, you're welcome to get in. How many spots
you guys got open? Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I don't want to do a 12-teamer because the more people you have, the more likely the league can get wrecked by people quitting. So it's gonna be a 10-team super flex, like really deep. I'm talking like 3 flex spots. Like you got no ball to be in this league.
I'm in one where it's 3 wide receivers, 3 flex. So that's as deep as they can get, right?
Fuck yeah.
So
it's gonna be something like that. Super flex.
For anything if you guys need an open spot. If you guys
we have. I mean, it's gonna be 10 teams, so there's technically 9 spots because if it does get full, me and Storey will just split a team. That's 9 spots. If there's 8 spots, then Ray's in. If there's 7 spots like taken, then you can get in. And then like I know we'll have at least 5 or 6 fans in there, and so you're third in the pecking order.
That'll play.
Or maybe even you and Ray could split a team or something.
I wouldn't mind splitting a team, being a
You know what I
co-owner.
mean?
I know I already have 2 leagues, and that's a decent amount of work. I don't know how some of you guys manage 25 plus, but yeah, I
Well,
wouldn't
I
mind
think
being
I'm
a
the only one that
co-owner.
manages 25 plus. It's actually
Probably.
35 because I manage my wife's teams too. No, she helps me. She co-manages those with me. But yeah.
I tried to do a draft for my sister because she was doing something. She was just drafting them based off looks. I'm like, you can't be drafting Joe Burrow first round. What are
She
we
loves
doing?
Joe. My wife loves Joe Burrow. I say this: my wife's teams are better than mine. She might miss in 2. She might only make 9 out of 11, but she should make 10 out of 11. She has like 7 buys. I'm only looking at like 12 buys, so I'm looking at like half buy share. She's looking at more than that. But like her teams are like killers. Like she has Rasheed Rice, JSN everywhere. She has 5 JSN shares out of 11 leagues. And like I have 5 JSN shares out of 25 leagues, for instance, which I feel like is a decent amount. But like, so she just has JSN and Rasheed Rice and Jameer Gibbs and Devin A-Chain like everywhere, dude. Unreal. Like her teams
Those
are
are all
fucking
league winners,
stacked.
man. I know.
Pretty much. And she has Pickens. Like, dude, she has every one of her teams has like 1 or 2 of like the top 4 guys. Yeah, man. I wish I drafted that well. The advantage is all her leagues are $50 or $100, or mine are all $250 or $500. So like, I drafted the same strategy, pretty much same kind of players I liked. You know, late running back strategy, all that kind of shit, late tight end. But it's just like the quality of people we're playing in $100 leagues are just less. So like in theory, I should play like 50. I should play like 50 $100 leagues, but that's just way too much to manage.
Yeah. At that point, you'd have to do like 50 leagues, and you don't want to do that.
No, I can't do that. I'm full buy on a league. What does that mean?
Oh yeah, GT.
Full buy. He's got a full buy.
Is he the number one? I don't know. I mean, he said bi isn't like bilingual or.
No, I think he said like bisexual.
That's what I was thinking too. But I'm like, I'm full buy on a league. Oh boy.
Let's see.
I wish I knew what was going on there.
People like Sleeper. There is fantasy leagues for college. If you know what you're doing, you can probably clean up. But that's next level commitment. I pay much attention to NFL 32 teams. Storey plays college fantasy football. That's why me and Storey work really well together as a tandem in terms of the show. And then when we like co-manage teams, because he's the college guy and obviously he knows a lot about the NFL, but he knows these players from 3 years before they break into the NFL. So I learn a lot from him in terms of like talent and evaluating players before they hit the NFL field. I watch more football and do more film study in the NFL. So like we kind of absorb each other's strengths. Which is crazy that he knows as much as he knows about the NFL, considering he's actually a bigger college football fan, or it's like 50-50. He loves them both equally, which is just crazy because I have no time to watch college football. I just can't. Like, I don't want to sacrifice watching every NFL game and then watching film and all that kind of stuff. A.D. Mitchell is the waiver wire in my league. Should I pick him up and start him over McLaurin?
Well, definitely
I don't know about starting him over
Higgins.
McLaurin.
Definitely drop Higgins though, right?
Yeah, I would drop Jaden Higgins for sure. For sure. Max, what's up, boys? I'm starting McLaurin. He's looking too good. He didn't even play a full allotment of snaps last week. I got to go up against Gibbs, Jacoby, Henry, Pickens, Adams with CMC, May, Kittle on bye week 1.
Like that's stupid.
So
You're just gonna lose at this point.
Yeah,
like,
you got no chance. Honestly, it's fucking stupid.
Like top 3 guys basically on the bye, and he's going up against just a stacked squad. I mean, Adams, Pickens, Jacobs, and Gibbs. Holy crap! I mean, that'd be a tough match to win anyway. GT
says it was a joke, boys. Well, I didn't get the joke. I was wondering what the joke was. I'm full buy on a league. I'm full buy all the time. You know, I had we asked the question yesterday about what was it, Helen Hunt or Caitlyn Jenner, who's prettier? You know, Caitlyn Jenner is, right? Bruce Jenner. So who would you rather wake up in bed next to? Would you rather wake up at this in bed next to you or Bruce Jenner? She is a girl, we think.
Gotta go. I mean, I was gonna say gotta go with the billionaire, but aren't they both billionaires?
You're talking about money? Jesus.
I'm thinking about money. That's where my mind's that's where my mind's going.
So Chaz will do a dude for money. That's just noted, everybody. Noted.
Whoa.
Noted.
Whoa. Definitely not.
Jake says rather not wake up. I can't wait for Storey's knowledge for college players coming up in the redraft next year. Yeah, Jonathan, not only that, we're going to be doing an entire month, April, we're going to be doing pretty much a show every day, at least probably like 5 shows a week on just college knowledge. You watch a little bit of college, right, Chaz? Not a lot?
I watch a little bit. I'm very excited for Kentucky hiring Will Stein. That was a great hire. I'm glad to see an offensive-minded coach instead of a defensive. I'm excited for the future. But yes, I do love watching pretty much all the SEC games, in my opinion. So,
you want to do one more chug, Chaz?
yeah, that'll work. I
Answer a
think
few
we
more
did end up
questions?
getting enough.
Yeah, we did. I'm a man of my word, man of the people. One more little big chug. Maybe you can beat me this time. I'll give you a 2-second head start, buddy.
Okay.
Ready? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2. I spilled on myself. Jesus, dude. Crushed you. I crushed you. I'm all full of beer now. God damn it. My Tommy Boy shirt.
Oh boy.
The reason a lot of leagues do week 14 playoffs is because by then teams that lock up a playoff spot sit starters and people don't want to scramble. Are you talking about the real NFL teams? Well, that's why you don't do week 18. Week 18, you definitely never do. You never do the last week of the season. Week 17, generally everyone plays. Because how many, now the nice thing is now there's only one bye in the real NFL. So, it's rare that teams lock that up. With 2 byes, you always had teams just, resting.
Yeah, especially with, this year. I think we're going to go into a week 18 where a lot of games are going to matter for a lot of positions. So, I think the league is really starting to get, kind of condensed and in that sort of nature where we have a bunch of good teams, and I think that's going to be set up for the future as well. So, we just starting week 14, especially with buys, is just terrible.
That's the problem. There's no right way to do it, but I know there's a wrong way to do it, and week 14 is wrong because it's an uneven playing field. We all have to deal with the risk of our players being shut down week 17 or teams resting, but no one rests for 2 weeks because that's also bad strategy because then you have your guys resting.
Bad strategy. Yeah.
So maybe they have a wider workload. You're talking about Kyron Williams right now. I don't know if you heard the Kyron Williams report that and not to mention he's got an ankle injury. They're going to slow play him.
He did have an injury. So,
but that's something we all have to deal with now. The week 14 bye thing, yes, I guess everyone has a chance to have those players. But I personally, if I knew that going into the year, I would never draft a week 14 player, and then I would try to acquire them if I knew I had a bye. There's the inequality you can have in the league. Now you have teams that are trading in week 11 for Christian McCaffrey and getting him for a 4th round player because the team that has Christian McCaffrey is I don't want to have to not have a player for that first playoff round. That's just an unfair. It's too much chaos. And fantasy football is enough chaos, Chaz, with injuries. Do you remember the COVID years? Do you remember how crazy the COVID years were?
Oh my gosh. The COVID years.
I've just been screwed on that kind of stuff. The COVID shit was wild, but just real quick, man. I'll break you down a nice story time because this one pisses me off, and you'll see why. And maybe you got screwed on this as well.
Time. Let me get ready for the story time, Rob.
Do you remember the DeMar Hamlin dying on the field and then being fine? Now he's playing football again, which is funny. So you remember how in home leagues we could adjust it and people did separate rules for different things, but I play a lot of Fantrax public leagues, and the rule was that game counted, and so somehow that was a semifinal, or was it the final?
It was the final. It was the final. It was week 17, right? They were about to go to. Man.
Yeah. So I had, and it's just the way it broke was I was against nobody in that game. I was against one T Higgins and one Joe Burrow. I had 4 Josh Allens. I had 4 Dawson Knox because he was a starter then, and I had 5 Stephon Diggs, and I had 6 teams alive, and I still ended up winning one of them maybe, but I had to take 7 points from Josh Allen. I had to take a 0 from Dawson Knox, and dude, I would have won those matchups. And Fantrax just has it in the cause. It's whatever happens if a game gets canceled, there's no makeup points. To where Home leagues, what they did was they just took the week 18 stats from those players because they didn't even play the game again. They just took they took week 18 stats and gave it to Joe Burrow and all the guys in the game, which was fair. That's the only fair way to do it.
The same thing. Yep. We said
but like Fantrax public
Diggs
leagues,
scores,
like it's not. There's no commissioner. It's just like a robot, right? So like they have a guy you can get a hold of, but like
it's like $100.
that was what makes the most sense. And like half people got screwed, half people got advantage from it. And like I happened to only get screwed, and it probably cost me. I think a couple of them were third place games, so that was only for $250, right? But like it ended up costing me like $1,500. And instead of winning $3,000 that year in fantasy or $4,000, I won $1,500 less. And like I'm watching the game, I was just so pissed. And again, hearts out to DeMar Hamlin. It was a rough situation. I'm just saying, like, I get he died in the field, like for a little bit, his heart stopped or whatever. He's fine. He was fine. I get the players are like scared, but we've also seen players like Ryan Shazier got paralyzed in the field. They didn't fucking cancel that game. So like it was it'll probably never happen again. Like if he died, dude, if he died, I 100% get it. I get it. I would not want to go on playing if I was a player in the field, but he was fine. This is also football. You're signing up for it. So like, what's the difference when that happens? Or when you saw, who was the dude, the special teams guy in the game on Monday night that got destroyed? You know what I'm talking about? The white dude?
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell you. But like,
you see guys just get their. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like with Hamlin, what happened is they had like the break, and then wasn't he like they got his heart beating again, and then it was like, it was good, and then people were like, oh, are we gonna restart the game or not? Like wasn't that what's going on?
Yeah, and both head coaches agreed they didn't want to. The players weren't up for it, and like here's the thing, I get this that like you need to. That's why you can't half-ass the NFL. Like if you're not into it, you will get hurt because you have to be intense. You know what I mean? But like that game meant so much. Ended up screwing the Bills, right? I don't know which team it screwed. One of them did not get home field. Yeah,
I think it was the Bills. They screwed the Bills out of home field. And I was like, they just have one. It was literally just one less game on their schedule, right?
Just stupid. That was just like right in my heart. Like, it's one thing to I want to lose fair and square. That's not losing fair and square. And like the year I play hard all year, make the right moves, and then a game gets canceled because of this. Like they should have just replayed the game. Just play the game the next day. That was the answer.
I don't know why.
It's also in the best interest of both teams because they had seeding. They had seeding and buys at stake. It was just so wacky. GT, can we bank on the Pats getting to the Super Bowl? No.
They're good. I just don't know what Drake May is going to do in the playoffs. Like
again, 46-88 is a record of the teams they've played. That is really, really bad. I mean, the thing is, the AFC is the definition of parity right now. There is no clear-cut team. The Bills, Chiefs, Ravens are the three teams going into the year that were favorites. Now they all have blemishes. Chiefs aren't even going to make the playoffs, most likely. Team like the Jaguars, don't believe them. Colts are dead. I did cash out one of my Ravens bets. I cashed out $100 of it to make like $5 because I didn't want that. I just don't see them. I don't know. They might not even make the playoffs now. Max says I'm not down that bad. I still have A-Chain, Harvey, Collins, Williams, Waddle. Yeah, you could still win, but you would have definitely won if you had all your players.
Jesus, I mean, yeah, their strength of schedule is literally 34%. Like 34.
Would you rather? It's so low. It's like 10% lower than anyone else. I want to say.
Yeah.
Do you pick up Trevor Lawrence or Bo Nix to replace Herbert this week, or do you just roll with Herbert against Philly?
Gosh.
So the Jags are at home against the Colts, and then Bo Nix is at the Raiders, which I kind of like that matchup.
Give me Bo Nix. Just go Bo Nix. I would go Bo Nix there. The Raiders are terrible. Raiders defense usually can't stop anything anyway. So, man, yeah, I'm just looking at this. Like, I'm looking at this AFC playoff seeding. Like, you could.
Yeah, Gunnar Olszewski. Hey, Gunnar Olszewski is the guy we're talking about. He's the one that got destroyed and fumbled, and like he was walking off like as a vegetable, dude. I'm just saying, like that looks really bad too. So like, I just. These NFL guys, like I'm not calling them soft, and like I get the DeMar Hamlin thing. I'm just saying the point of the whole matter is Ryan Shazier is paralyzed currently, right? Or like semi-paralyzed. Still,
I think so.
he had to retire.
He's still paralyzed. Yeah.
DeMar Hamlin is playing safety in the NFL right now. Like, I get that he died in the field, but the dude, obviously it wasn't that bad because he's fine. It was cardiac arrest. It actually wasn't even a football play. He got hit and weird. You saw the play. He made a tackle on T. Higgins. It wasn't even bad. It was like the Dale Earnhardt Jr. crash. Like, that dude died and Dale Earnhardt didn't have his fucking safety harness on. Didn't even look bad. I've seen way worse.
Dale never had his safety harness on. Dale did not.
But that, if you saw that crash, you didn't think a guy died. And you saw the T. Higgins tackle, you didn't think it was bad at all. I've seen way worse hits. So it wasn't the optics. I guess I don't know. I don't mean to keep on bringing this up.
Wasn't it that he already had something wrong with his heart? So that's why when he got hit there, it just amplified it. It was like it wasn't like that hit did it. It was just like that hit kind of put it over the edge.
What do you think about Hampton? So what's going on with Hampton? He's probably coming back this week. Can you really trust him? I don't know. He's a good grab though. You see what the workload looks like. See how the offensive line gels. See how Justin Herbert looks. I think first and foremost, we got to see how he looks with his hand and can they run a traditional offense? Can he take snaps under center? I think this week he's gonna be out of the pistol, which is fine. You can run out of the pistol, but it's not ideal.
It's almost like the same thing as the Colts trying to play with Daniel Jones, the way that he is. But it's just something like a wait and see. But this is obviously way better than what Daniel Jones is. So I mean, I'm still fine.
It makes a good point.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's his offhand, but we've seen it affect handoffs. Jay makes a good point. The last Raiders-Broncos game was that piece of shit Thursday night game.
Wasn't that a Thursday night game, though? Thursday night game.
And that was a wind game. Very windy.
It was
very windy. Remember that? This is in LA.
Indoors.
In Las Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas, indoors. Go with Bo next. People want to tend on past things too much, in my opinion.
All right, we are caught up to the chat. Answer a few more questions here. Anyone in here that is not in the Discord, get in the Discord. It's this community, this chat, 24/7, gentlemen. So a lot of good perks if you join the Patreon. One of them is the Discord community fantasy leagues, guest appearances on the pod, free merchandise. That hat Chaz is wearing, that snazzy hat, that can be yours. I'm giving one away here this week. I am doing the drawing, so you have a couple days if you want to get in on that. Every month I give one away. Community Fantasy Leagues is going to be happening soon in 4 weeks for the NFL playoff one. And then next year, we're going to have Dynasty League. We're going to have 3 or 4 redraft leagues, depending on how many people want to get in. All that kind of good stuff. Also, you get a picture of Helen Hunt. I'll sign a picture of Helen Hunt with my signature, which is kind of odd. But yeah, so check that out, professionalfanatics.com, or link is in the description. So, all right, that's it, Chaz. Appreciate you coming on, my dude.
Thank you for having me,
almost
guys.
did 2 hours.
Nice, yep, 2 hours. Nice answering questions. Nice being here every week. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Rob, if you guys do have a spot in that dynasty, or if I gotta, team up with someone else, let me know. I'm down for whatever. Thank you for having me. I'll see you guys later.
Sweet. Yeah, Jake. I'm trying to think who else is not in the Discord that should get in there. Jake is not in there. I know Max is in there. GT is a very valued member and also one of the funniest in there. I think Jason has the cake. It's Jason, then Cruz and GT are the other two funny fucks that we love. So appreciate you guys. So yeah, Jake, if you want to check that out, get in the community, man. Get in now because next year it's gonna be a lot more crowded. I probably won't be giving it away for $2 just for the Discord because I don't also want 300 people in the Discord. Right now it's 65 people. I think 100's max, so I got to find a way to keep it around that number. So, all right, appreciate everybody. Thank you, GT, for that last super. You guys are awesome. Any last questions, I will stick around and answer. Other than that, though, tomorrow night we will be on, me and Mike Storey. Mike Storey will be back. We'll be doing the Thursday night recap. Usually it's 10 minutes after the game ends. We usually schedule it for 10:45 p.m. Central. Look for that. We'll finish doing some week 14 talk. We'll talk about ideal bench stashes, defenses to stash, kickers to stash. Kaimi Fairbairn's my guy I've been stashing. That schedule is awesome. He plays both dome games in the if you have a bye, week 16, week 17, both dome games. Great defense. Love that kicker. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. As always, we'll see you tomorrow night. Stay positive, love your life, and respect each other. I am out.